Hello everybody, this is Kiyoshi here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Aniplex ConoFig, the Demon Slayer Kamado Tanjiro Hinokami Kagura figure. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm super excited about this particular figure for a couple of reasons. I'll go over that in a minute, but let's start with the packaging first. This is a new brand from the Aniplex series. Or the toy line. It's called the ConoFig. Here's a little read up on the packaging. Already tells you the ConoFig. It's basically a you guys can read up here, but basically what it is it's a smaller scaled figure from the Aniplex line. It's like a side of Aniplex. Aniplex usually are a little bit larger in scale and also much more pristine in terms of paint apps, sculptures, and the price. Usually Aniplex figures are anywhere from $150 up. You know, it can be $300, $400, whereas these ConoFigs are more affordable. They're in a smaller scale as well. But even though it's smaller and cheaper, but it's still very a very pristine figure in my opinion. That's why I'm super excited about this. And also, you know, in general speaking, any figure comes from the Aniplex line usually are pretty amazing. And I think one thing that can compete with the ConoFig is probably the Figure Zero line. The price line is around the same. Actually, ConoFig is even cheaper than Figure Zero. And Figure Zero, it's probably a little bit still larger in terms of scale as compared to ConoFig. But still, I think ConoFig, it's amazing. That's why I went ahead and bought the ConoFig instead of Time Machination's Figure Zero or some other brands. Or originally, I wanted to get the Aniplex, but like I mentioned, I have very limited shelf for displaying Demon Slayer figures, and also because the price range is so high for Aniplex, I can only collect a couple characters that I really like. I cannot collect every single one, but with this ConoFig series or line, I actually can collect a lot of these because they're smaller and also much cheaper. Cool. And there's not much going on in the packaging. There's a open up window here where if you just buy the figure, you can see Tanjiro through this window. Here's a logo of ConoFig. Cool. And here's some Japanese read-ups in the back. And same thing here. The top, also the ConoFig logo. A very plain box, but it's all right. It's all white and just stuff. So if for those very into packagings, this might not be a good packaging for you, but for me this is perfect because I'm not a packaging collector. I actually throw my boxes away anyway because I don't know, I just don't really keep my boxes. So this is even better. I don't even feel any bad for throwing this away because it's just plain white cardboard packaging. Cool. Let's move the packaging away, and here let's focus on the figure. Here we have the Tanjiro figure. This is retailed at 5,000 yen in Japan, and I got it for around $45, which is around 5,000 yen. I think I got it for around $40 plus $5 tax here and there. I forgot, but total around $45. Come on, for this price range, this figure is 10 out of 10 for me. We'll go over the detail in a bit. Besides that, this is the Hinokami Kagura version of Tanjiro, which it's basically based off Tanjiro's battle scene from episode 19 from season 1. Cool. And let's take a look. When you have this packaging open, the base and the three clear stand or the supporting thing, the Hinokami effect and Tanjiro are all separated. You just have to do a basic assembly. And actually, let me see. I think I still have that somewhere here. Yeah, they also have an instruction sheet. Shows you how to attach the Hinokami effect with Tanjiro's hand, and also how to put the supporters and then the base. Cool. So it's very easy and straightforward. And here we have the base. It's a clear base. I'm okay with it. It's not the best. I actually don't like this kind of base, but the base does have some, it looks okay, you know, it's cool, it's pretty durable. And the best feature about this base is the pegs that connect the feet. Like, these pegs are made out of metal, so it's very doable. This is also Aniplex style. If you've owned any Aniplex figures, you know their pegs are actually metal, so that's very good as compared to normal ones. They have plastic pegs, so this is definitely a surplus. Also, here's the base. It says, let me see if I can zoom in. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Tanjiro Kamado. Cool, and ConoFig logo on it. And here's a supporter. These supporters are removable. So if you want to create certain scenes, or if you don't want the figure to be connected to these clear tubes, you can actually remove them, and Tanjiro will be able to hold up this effect without a supporter just fine, which I displayed my figure without it for a couple days, so it's fine. But in the long run, I would recommend you guys to use a supporter. The supporter is there for a reason, because this piece of this Hinokami effect, it's actually heavier, not like heavy, but it is heavier. So if without a supporter, if you just let it, you know, flow in the air for too long, it might cause some kind of damages in the long run, you know, in terms of a bending or something. So I do highly recommend you guys to use this stand. I mean, the supporters, and you don't have to use all three. Based on what I explored off camera here, this is probably the most important supporter. If you want to have support, but you don't really like this, but in the long run, maybe you want to connect this to the Hinokami effect, and you can skip these two. It should be fine, because most of the weight and free floating kind of weight comes from this end of the figure, of the effect. So with just this stand, or if this is a supporter, I think it will do just fine. But if you don't mind, I mean, having these all three in connected, it will be probably the best way to display your figure in a long run. But taking photos and all that, you can remove all of them, definitely no problem. And we're just going to do a 360 here first to the Tanjiro before we go into detail on how Tanjiro looks in general speaking. Very, very fantastic figure. I mean, I don't know what to say about this figure. It's great for like 45 bucks. This is like, my god. Yeah, and then here's a look of Tanjiro from the top. I think this figure can do almost a 280-degree photo shooting. I mean, let's see from the bottom. Yeah, even from the bottom, like 360 degrees, it will look just fantastic anyway. You know, taking the photo from the bottom up or top down, you know, or parallel like this. It's just fantastic. Look at the motion. I think this is a very great scenery for photo opportunities. Even from the bottom up, it looks fantastic. I really like this figure so much. And let's get a closer look at Tanjiro. Here's the face. It's amazing. It's spot on. I don't know what to say about it. It's just spot on to Tanjiro. And the kimono, it's fantastic as well. I think it's perfect condition in terms of kimono paint apps. It's beautifully done. I mean, this is probably one of the best Tanjiro kimono I have seen. Or kaori. This is called kaori. The best Tanjiro kaori I've ever seen in an action figure form in terms of paint apps. And we of course have the Kimetsu Yaiba, the Metsu logo here. Very cool. And let's get a closer look at the effect piece. It's cool. It's based on a clear pinkish red fire burgundy looking color, and then paint apps on top of that. So create this very amazing anime accurate, you know, Hinokami Kagura, or the Hino Kokyu. I don't know, have you guys seen season 2 yet? I watched the first episode from season 2, and I think this week there's going to be the second episode. It's amazing. I cried almost, like I almost had tears watching the season 2 episode 1. But yeah, just watch it. You will learn more. I think after you watch season 2 episode 1, you will have more knowledge on this particular what is called the Hinokami Kagura battle features. Sorry, I watched the Japanese version, so I really don't know how these things are called in English. The fire breathing, the sun breathing. I don't know. Sun breathing. I think that's an English word. You want to learn more about the history and also things about this particular breathing powers. So I'm not gonna go over it in detail here, just in case you guys have not seen it. But yeah, very, very nice looking figure here. It's almost perfect, and here is how the hands and the blades are connected. It's just amazing. I don't know what else to say about this figure other than amazing from top, bottom, all the details, all the paint apps, every little thing is amazingly sculpted and amazingly painted. Every single detail. There's wash, there's shadings, and the pose and all that. It's just amazing. And this is the figure I will be displaying with my Louis figure. Here is the Ben Presto Louis figure to create that scene from episode 19. You know, I'm gonna, for example, like this way. Louis is standing right there, and then Tanjiro, Louis is standing right there, and then Tanjiro's like is coming to him with the trying to cut him off from the head. Yeah, looking absolutely cool, right? Or we can do a like this kind of pose. He's coming to Louis, like so. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, and maybe I even just gonna break this figure and have the head off, and just, you know, recreate that scene from episode 19. I know you don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe I just break the head and then just have it loose there, or attach the head to this effect right there. It'll look awesome as well. I've seen a GK Demon Slayer figure had that effect on it. It looks fantastic. But there's a lot of opportunities. That's why in my last video I said I want to get this Louis figure. It's for this particular Tanjiro figure. Yeah, so here is my review on the Aniplex, the new brand from Aniplex, the ConoFig line, the Demon Slayer Kamado Tanjiro, the Hinokami Kagura figure, or the Kokyu figure. It's fantastic. Definitely 10 out of 10 for me. For 5,000 yen, around 45 US dollars. This is the figure you want to get if you're a Tanjiro fan. I know, you know, Demon Slayers, a lot of the side characters, a lot of the other characters are much more popular than Tanjiro in terms of figure forms. However, you know, this is such a great figure. I definitely think a lot of Tanjiro figures are underrated. And a lot of times we've seen a lot of Tanjiro figures being released over the past year. And people are a little actually numb about this main dude. But this is definitely a figure you want to get. It's a great version of the Hinokami kind of battle feature Tanjiro look. It's just amazing for the price scale and for the way it's painted, the way it's sculpted. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.